Welcome in to episode 14 of our Let's Play Humankind series. We are buried deep in the medieval era, playing as the Franks. Our aesthete ability has just given us oodles, and by that I mean completely ludicrous amounts of influence to play with. Let's see how we're going to spend it today in this episode. If you'd like to catch up on the full series, a link to episode 1 is down below. That will get you started on all 14 of the episodes that we've had so far, getting us to this point in the game. Today, jumping in, we're building some wonders. We're doing a few other things. Don't forget, if you like the content, please feel free to hit that thumbs up button and be sure to subscribe to the channel so that you can see our next video. But for today, let's get into the gameplay and see where we are at here in Humankind in our Let's Play series. The New World is settled. We are building wonders because we moved up to the next era and have a ton of influence that we got, again, out of our aesthete ability in the last episode. The whole New World has now been claimed up, minus this island that we could kind of count it as the New World. Now, we had sent a unit over here to attempt to go claim that. Where did that unit end up? They retreated from a fight. They're way up here now. Nox had claimed this territory over here in blue. And an aggressive Free Peoples had come down and was attacking it. We tried to cross over and were repelled by the Free Peoples. I'm kind of hoping the Free Peoples will burn this outpost down because I'd love to claim it and this island and these islands and snag another city. That'd be optimal. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if we can pull that off. There's also a war going on right here, don't forget. Burley in black here and Icarus in the purple are also fighting over this territory, so a war was declared. You can see units are damaged. Fighting has occurred. I believe that the purple's forces have cleared black forces from the New World, and so this particular province, I think, is in danger of being taken over by purple, which is all fine. Remember, we cut off purple at the knees when we forward settled them on our continent. And the first thing that we will be doing today is a little war of our own, but not a war that's going to impact the politics of the game very much. We will be doing a war for Sus, for this Free People city. And remember, we will be burning down this city. We actually don't want this city, even though it has 5 population in it. It's just not big enough. It's not worth it to us. We are going to eventually connect this into this city, actually. Huatu, I believe, is going to claim this particular territory. And we're looking to collect a few more stars. We have no military stars currently, but we only need 4 unit kills to collect at least 1 star here. Whenever you can, it's nice to collect an extra military star here or there, even if you're not playing a war-oriented game, right? And so I think that that's something to think about, is like, how can you collect a few extra stars here and there in order to do that? Now, we're not progressing very quickly through this era. You noticed we spent some time in it, but we haven't gone too many turns, so we need to start collecting stars so that we can start progressing through the medieval era. This is one way to do that. So, I believe what we're going to do is start this fight. It's going to be a very interesting fight. We have a unit, an army of 4, an army of 4, and an army of 1, all surrounding the city at different points. So we're hopefully going to be able to add all of them into this fight, but it's going to be very interesting to see how this will turn out. I think we're going to run the attack with this army to start with. You can see that we're barely favored in this particular fight. And I think that we probably should just run a straight assault. But we also could just sit. But the problem with sitting is if they come out of the city, which they're likely to do because the AI does like to do that, they will get first attack. So there's a careful balance in Humankind when you're thinking about doing a war. Or any battle even, for that matter. And that balance is defending is nice within the scope of the fight itself. When you're defending on a melee attack, right, you get benefits for being fortified and for being defensive. However, the benefit of in the initial battle, the benefit of attacking is you get first attack on all units, and so you get to make the first moves, position your troops the way you want, potentially even get a kill on a unit before they even get to respond. And so being the initiator of the actual fight can be incredibly valuable, especially when it gets into these larger scale fights where you're populating a lot of army, a lot of units out onto the battlefield. Once you've done that, you have the ability to really make an impact on the fight before they even are able to respond to you. And so attacking becomes pretty advantageous because you get first move on that fight before the enemy gets to respond to you. Now, they'll be fortified, they'll be defending, which is nice, but that opening attack is really critical. I found this true on land. I found this true in the water in particular, especially when you get really big boat battles going on. First attack is huge because you can get a few ships sunk before they even get a chance to do anything. And this is particularly important when you're talking about ranged battles. If you are running ranged attacks primarily, having the first attack is hypercritical, because what it means is that in a melee, you're attacking into a melee unit, and so both units will take damage because there's actually a fight happening there where they meet and both units will take damage. So attacking as a melee, you lose a lot of that advantage because they're fortified. Attacking with a ranged unit, all of a sudden, they're at full disadvantage because your ranged unit does not take any damage, whereas their unit does. And so it becomes, I think, a very interesting point to make that if you're running ranged units, whether that's boats, whether that's on land, if you have ranged units, attacking is almost always going to be one of the best things to do because you're going to get a lot of damage off before they even get to respond. Even if they're running ranged units, if you can get rid of some of their ranged units before they get to attack. So a huge advantage, personally, I think, running the attack and getting that first move in the battle. So I think we're just going to assault because I don't want to hand them the ability to come out of the city and fight me. I would rather run the assault instead. Likely, if we would maintain the siege here, they would immediately sally forth out of the city to fight me, and I'd lose that initial advantage, right? So let's run an assault, and we'll get this battle started. We're going to do a manual battle, of course, because this is kind of a big one, and we have all of our units positioned here. And actually, you can see the battle lines have actually drawn part of our city into the battle lines, which is kind of fascinating. So we actually have the ability to do some pretty nice spread on our units here. I don't want to sit on this tile because it's a nasty tile, but is that a cliff? Can we even cross this? Could I put archers here and they would be safe? Sometimes it's hard to tell. I wonder if I could move my archers right here. I think I can. I don't think that's a tile that they can move to. I'm relatively certain, in fact, that it's not. If they can, our archers will be in a lot of trouble. So maybe what we'll do is we'll test it by, let's place the unit here. Our archers are going to be pretty safe and be able to take shots from over here. I think we're going to keep our archers here for now. And we want to probably bring most of our units in this direction. We want to actually kind of hide our archers probably to start with. We're going to bring this unit out over here. We're going to protect our archers. We're going to allow our archers still to be able to shoot, I believe, because I think they can volley over top of one unit. But don't quote me on that. We'll find out in a second. These guys are going to test out what it's like to be over here. And then, obviously, as time comes, we'll pop this unit in, and we'll pop this unit in as well. And so we'll have the fight kind of maneuvering on several different fronts here as we get going. But I think our initial deployment is going to be here. Okay, interesting. So they have actually had to deploy some of their units outside of the battle area, which is really fascinating to me. So we want to take some high ground advantages over here. We're going to go ahead and move this unit over here because we want to defend this high ground. And then we will try to get the rest of our units deployed. I think we're going to deploy this guy. Now that's a river tile, which is highly unfortunate because he will be in some amount of discomfort if he sits over there. So I think we're just going to leave this guy here in case one of their units decides to come out of the city. The likelihood of that happening is actually probably low, so we may end up moving him in once we get the battle started, but he can sit there for now. We'll keep adding our units in here. What I'd love to do is get our archer out at some point, but now the problem is our archer is going to be stuck on this tile if he does get out. I think we can move this guy. We can also start running attacks, but that's not going to do what we wanted to do. So let's go ahead and just get as many units into the fight as possible. And actually, we can go ahead and take this spot because that forces them to attack off river. We'll move this guy here, force the river attack. And now the problem is that our archers are where we don't want our archers to be. where they can get double attacked by levies and such. So I actually really want to move my archers off of this spot, which gives up a nice tile, but I don't think they'll be able to take it. I'm going to move my archers out just for a moment. Optimally, would have liked the archers to have been probably here. So I probably made some incorrect moves there, but that's okay. I wonder if we can move these guys back. They're all in place. Okay, so can we shoot still? Perfect. Okay. We'll start taking shots at the chariots. Do we want to attack down? Actually, kind of do. I'm gonna run that attack down just to get those guys out of there. This guy's still gonna hold, so that guy's gonna hold, I think. And then obviously we're gonna go to work over here. And then actually these guys can't do much from where they are. So we may want to bring them even around to here, potentially. I want to take some... That leaves that unit to be able to attack pretty well. But there's river here, which is unfortunate. Almost want to just attack these archers. In fact, I think that's what we're going to do. This unit's going to come all the way around. I think I can do the attack from there. Got to attack off river, which is kind of unfortunate, but it's fine. I think we'll just do this. Around, get the kill on their archers, so they never get to shoot, which is obviously very nice. And then these guys, yeah, can't do this, which is exactly what I thought. So we could actually station an archer unit here. That would actually be quite nice to do, is to station an archer unit here if we want to. If we need the attacks to be able to make, we could get an archer unit here, because you can't actually... I don't think they can attack up the cliff. So the question is, where does this guy end? I think we just move him in over here as just to give him options for next time. We'll head him over there. And then we're just gonna... This unit is gonna sit, because I don't want to put him in a bad spot getting attacked here. Although he would have high ground. You know what? Let's move him in. Let's move him in, and then we'll defend, though. We'll let them see if they want to attack. All right, let's see how this goes. Okay, so their chariot unit went and killed himself in an... it was an optimal fight, so that's not bad on their part. We're going to go ahead and keep pressuring in these guys. And then what we might do is even switch the location of these guys and attack with the fresh unit. You guys can hit here, because they're going to be fine, I think. I'd like to move them into a more optimum position at some point. And then now we've got the ability to come across like this and start actually attacking the levies. Let's move units into position first. I'd like to get my archers up here, so they have a little bit more range. Get the damage on them. That should allow us a pretty substantial attack. And I think one of the best places for these units to now actually maneuver to is probably over here, because they can actually make... Oh, we can make attacks from here. Perfect. That's a highly unfortunate off-river, below-ground attack, but we want to get the attack off. This thing rolling, and then these guys maybe can start maneuvering to a different spot, because they will have nowhere potentially to go. I think we start maneuvering these guys around. And these guys actually can start making attacks, which I think is actually fine. I think we start trying to convince these guys that they're surrounded. Alright, and then the last fight is, do we want a straight attack with these guys? They're getting pretty damaged. So what we could do is pull these guys off just for a moment and make our attack with our other unit, which is that. Go. Their archers shot way over there. Archers are really powerful early game, just FYI. Very powerful. We're gonna go ahead and get rid of this spearman unit. Oh, we can't actually get him. Wow. Okay, well played. Okay, so we can attack into that with this unit, which is actually not the worst idea. So let's do that. The city is very well defended, sitting on high ground. It's very difficult to get any decent attacks out. Can we move these guys into position to be able to get an attack? Yeah, not with these guys sitting. Well, we want to run this guy in, or we want to run our full health unit in? Get our archer business making their attacks, and then drop this guy back for a turn. We'll have this guy... Oh, he doesn't have movement to do that. Oh, so that was kind of a mistake. Could have attacked that guy. Okay. We're going to try to get this guy involved in the fight. And I think we'll keep this guy. This guy's going to get hit by the archers again, but I think he'll be okay. We're going to keep him back. Let's see what they do. Oh, we have this unit. We'll move him up here just for defensive purposes. Okay, he moved his archers into a very bad spot for his archers. He wanted to shoot that unit way too badly. That's unfortunate. All right, and now the battle will continue on our next turn. So our first attack is done. We have a high advantage in sus, and so that is going well for us. And we can just end turn because we are already prepared and ready to go. Now, the other thing we need to think about with our influence is attachments. We can start debating whether we can attach soon. Lulaban can probably run an attachment currently. We've got good stability, actually, across the board, so we really need to think about our attachments with our influence. So in fact, probably our next attachment, because our cheapest attachment is going to be here. Now the question is, should we use some of that influence to maximize our ability to connect and switch to codified laws? Because if we switch to codified laws, so to cancel it costs 604 influence, but we're going to get minus 20% on attach outpost. I don't know if the minus 20, honestly, is minus 20% even worth it? We're still going to be creating a couple outposts. I'm actually not going to switch. That's an option you have, right, is to switch. You're going to have to cancel this one, enact the other one. That's going to cost a lot of influence. Again, we have tons to spend, but let's pretend we didn't. This is really expensive for that minus 20%. When we still potentially are going to put a couple of these in, I think we're just going to leave it for now, to be honest. Sometimes I will make that move, but I don't think I'm going to make it this time. And so actually, I think we want to attach our next best territory. But let's quickly run through our outposts and make sure all of our outposts have the free harbor and any other free things in them that we want them to have. So like this one does not. And so we want to get in our free harbor first. It's a 20 food, 3 science harbor. You could think about putting it here and then surrounding it with market quarters. That's something that I would think about in any other game. If the 14 food, 2 science is like pretty decent, and you can surround it with markers quarters. I actually might even do that. Those market quarters are going to be useful at some point, and this is sterile terrain that is useless for like, it's only good for market quarters or other research quarters and things. I think I'm actually going to do this, and then we'll surround it. I think that's going to be a good play. And then we'll go ahead and throw in those as well. Let's make sure that is done on all of our territories over here as well. That way, any attachments we make, we know are going to be ready to be attached, and we're not going to waste any of our influence. So just a quick double check on all of our territories. Okay, so I think we're good. So let's make a few attachments. Nemosos, the best attachment for Nemosos, I think, is going to be over here. We've got 1, 2 luxuries. Get the luxuries attached in. They got some decent food over here as well. Not that we have to attach luxury sins. I don't know why I'm even basing my decision off of that. 13-13. Really, we should be basing it off of that. 11-19 and 10-16. So technically, this is actually maybe the worst attachment possibly. 11-19 gets us a lot higher. Let's run that attachment first, huh? What's this one? Oh yeah, 5-15. Not great. All right, let's just run some attachments. We still have excess food here, and our stability is plus 43% surplus currently, so that's pretty decent. I think we can run another attachment here. Just snag it an expansionist star. Our food just keeps going up because none of these have high population. Let's take a quick look at making an attachment here at our capital. Capital is going to attach here. And that is a 1422. It's a really nice tile. It's got 1 population only, so it's not going to impact our food number too much. So when you're running attachments, things I'm looking at are food, right? Do we have enough food to account for the population that is in that outpost currently? There's only 1 population, so it's not going to impact us too much. And stability. We have 43% surplus here in Corral, and so we should be good attaching. I can't remember what the penalty is for an attachment. It's one of those things where the number exists, it just doesn't give it to you off the bat. So we have the ability to run this attachment, so we're going to go ahead and do so. There's another expansionist star. You can see our stability dropped to 13%. So that was actually a, what was that, 20? No, 30? Is that a 30% stability penalty? We're at 43? So 30% stability when you attach a territory? That's, whew. Well, I guess it's 30 stability that you're costing yourself. So interesting. Interesting. I think if we run another attachment on the capital, we might start getting ourselves into trouble. So let's hold on that for a second. I don't want to, we'll strategically kind of go over time and kind of figure out where we're at as we go. We got 1 pop there. We have 3 population here. And that actually is going to be part of Lulaban, right? So these are Lulaban attachments, I believe. Let's make sure we're doing this correctly. Lulaban is going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and this one? What does this city got? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I guess we have to give this one a 5th. So the 5th is this right here. So this one does attach here. So let's just go ahead and do that right away. We'll run this attachment. That one's not going to cost us hardly any food. It is going to drop our stability down to 99, so that's a good enough attachment there. And then Lulaban can run 1 more attachment as well. This is at 3 of 4 pop. I always check that. Not only for the pop number, but also because it lets me know if they're about to go over the pop cap in the outpost. We start burning population within the outpost. This one is at 4 of 4. They grow in 1 turn. So that actually probably needs to be our next attachment, is that one up there. So we actually might just do that one now, I think. Now remember, we're at only 18 surplus, so this is going to drop this city down quite a bit, but I think we'll be okay, because we could just plop a cloud shrine down here pretty quickly, depending on kind of what we're doing. So I think we'll run an attachment. It's going to get all of our cities up and running in a pretty quick way. It's also going to increase our production towards Angkor Wat by quite a bit, because we just expanded our cities. Let's leave it at that for now, and let's actually press
As
next
feudal structures prove practical for both farming and warfare, certain codes and practices arise that, ideally, ensure a fair and honorable society.
Indeed. Chivalry. Chivalrous, in fact. We now have access to hamlets. So remember, we had teched into chivalry specifically for that. We also have Franki Millites, that I believe is that's our unique unit, I believe. And so we will have the ability to get hamlets. Hamlets are hugely important when you start hitting population cap in your cities. Now, we have not hit population cap in our cities necessarily. I don't think at least. So we're not particularly concerned with that, but let's go ahead and just run the fight again, since that's kind of what we were focused on. Get our archers shooting once again. Take that unit out. This unit probably could shoot. No, the archers are just going to die pretty quick. Just get these shots going. And then we're attacking up into these archers, which is highly unfortunate. We could attack down. Okay, these levies die if we attack them. These archers die in 1 hit, actually, if we do this. So let's go ahead and run this. Our units will actually stay on the tile they were on, and so we can move these guys up now. And we should be able to run this attack and get rid of yet another one of the units. And then these guys can attack down. And then we can start moving units in. These guys are just kind of hanging out, I guess. They're stuck. The city was a tricky attack. Okay, we can start shooting their units. Probably we need to move this guy in first. I think this archer needs to... Oh, he shot already. What am I doing? This guy's pretty damaged. We might just defend with him for now that we're in the city. So we can bring in our archers to get some shots on these guys first, or let them defend. So we're just going to end round. We'll let them do their thing. They're going to attack uphill. So perfect. That one was a good attack for them, the downhill attack. This allows us to get our archer shots off before we do anything, which is pretty nice. Right, so we should be able to attack downhill, build levies, and let's see if we can't. Let's move units in all around so we get attacking bonuses if we can. Anywhere we're at. And I think we run this attack. Our swordsmen are almost dead if we do this. I don't think they'll die, though, from the defensive position, so I think we run this attack anyway. Best attack we have, and we're probably actually going to run this. Which attack? Just end the fight, take the city. Oh, there we go. We lost 0 units in that fight, so we played it very, very smoothly, even though it was a tough fight. We had advantage militarily. All of our units were better than theirs. That's always a good way to start a fight. 10 kills, so that's going to get us nice things. And some grievances, because we took a free peoples. So 10 units destroyed, and now we're over city cap. So again, we can keep sus. It's only got 1 population now that we've done this. So we're actually just going to burn it down next turn. So we'll take a look at that in a moment. All right, these guys, as I recall, we're going to go combine with this army and then probably upgrade. We're basically creating kind of our home defense army out of our scouts. Oh, they can't combine because they're too many units. Okay. So probably what we want to do is check veterancy and disband somebody. 4 is not very good. It's another 4. Could disband one of them, or we could form a second army with leftovers from other places. Let's go ahead and run the combine. We'll get those guys to join that army of 5, and this guy can kind of sit outside. We're going to save up gold for that. Both these armies are just going to sit for now. This guy, remember, got stuck exploring over there. So we don't actually need him to do much exploring, except that we probably should be looking for curiosities. Now, if we set him on auto-explore, he'll also go and look at those kind of things. So I'll keep controlling him just for the sake of fun. All right, this guy can now be upgraded into our Frankai Millites, and we probably want... Okay, these guys are in the water. Interesting. I'd like to get... Oh, man, Burley's now there. He's going to want that, too. It's right next to his territory. I wonder if we can get there. Does the upgraded unit have more movement? It has 6 movement. What does this guy have? 3? Oh, my gosh. Okay, we're going to spend the money. We're going to run the upgrade. And then try to get this guy... We're going to try... Get to that... Get the island. I think Burley's going to claim that here on the next turn. But we take a shot at it. Okay, sus for this turn, because we can't burn it down on this particular turn, so we're just going to take the production in sus and put it into Angkor Wat. And then we have a new civic. A culture's heritage. The capture of the great city of Sus was a proud day for your empire. Marching through its gates, however, it was clear that defeated citizens were equally proud of their colorful culture. What do you make of their customs and rights? We have the new access to a new civic cultural blessing. All right. We can take monoculturalism plus 2 influence on main plaza, plus 2 influence on administrative center, or plus 10 influence on main plaza if assimilated, plus 10 influence on administrative center if assimilated peoples. So we do have some assimilated peoples, just one of them though, and so I think that monoculturalism is probably the way to go, because we're not going to assimilate too many anymore. Now, I don't know how the exact mechanisms for this work. So Lulaban was an assimilated peoples, and we've now attached multiple territories to that, but I don't know if those territories then also count as assimilated peoples. That would be, if you know the answer to that question, please drop that in the comments. Does multiculturalism, does that expand, if you have assimilated a free peoples, all of the territories you attach to that assimilated city, does that count for this right here? Because if so, that's really handy, and you probably would want to take this. Otherwise, plus 2 per main and plus 2 per administrative center period is probably going to get you more gains at this point. It's something to think about for sure. We're actually all the way towards the homeland, which I've never been this far on this side of things before. So we're actually more on the war side of things than the food, which I think is kind of funny. We could start sliding back. I'm going to go ahead and enact this just for the sake of it. Actually, you know what? You know what? We'll wait. We'll wait for the YouTube comments to come in, and we'll make our decision based on how you all comment on this particular situation. I typically go here, but now that I'm thinking about it, the value here might be quite large, actually, because if we've got 5 territories attached, that's 50 influence. We'd have to have a bunch to get to 50 over here. You know, let's see how that plays out. Let's see how that plays out. We'll hold on that for a moment. All right, we've got to research our next tech. We've got plenty of techs to research. We've got forests we can plant. Remember, we do have abstain from intoxicants, so forest would be nice for us. We can get our boats out in the water a little bit faster. We can upgrade some of our things, get our city cap. We don't need the city cap right now. We're also sitting on artisan workshop and charcoal kiln from way back here because we just never put the points into that. That's something we could think about. Let's take a look a little further up. We could start, stability per researcher is actually super nice. We may want to just tech straight to alchemy, and 10% science also very good. Let's go to alchemy because I think that's nice. Guilds is also good from trading, but we've already done a lot of trading, so we might think about guilds sometime in the future as well. But let's go ahead and tech over to alchemy right now. And then we're about to start getting our science up way, way high because we're going to start putting in our emblematic district once we finish building these wonders. All right, grievances available. Usually that just means it's my culture spreading and or let's take a look.
All those of honest intent may have my
or
ear.
This is the other thing, right, is oppressing the faithful, right? So we have a ton of all of those. So, okay. All right, let's look at our civics osmosis in Lulaban. Applies harmonious on captured cities. Is that a free one? We can check. It is. Applies harmonious on captured cities. What does that get us? Harmonious means what? Harmonious is plus stability? Or what is it? Plus stability. Plus subservient. Plus 10 money, plus 2 industry on captured cities. Technically, Lulaban is a captured city, right? We kept it, or no, we paid for them. I don't know if that counts as captured. I don't think either of these is actually worth it. I think you actually have to vassalize people in order for this to be true. Yeah, it says see vassal. I'm not going to apply this one either because I'm just not sure quite how it works. Well, actually, since it's free, you know what? It's just enacted. It's a free enactment. We'll just take it. I don't think that applies to any of our cities because we haven't actually captured anyone's cities. We haven't vassalized anyone either. All right, these guys are going to hang out.
Striving and surviving across the vast span of history is quite a competition. And as the leader of that competition, your name will become a household word.
Thanks, Mr. Narrator. It's nice of you to say something positive. I appreciate that. Okay, so we're going to take our biggest and best army and go burn this city down. We're going to come over here, walk onto the city. We're going to ransack it because we don't want it. And then we'll place an outpost down on the next turn. These guys can fortify until healed. And then actually what we want to technically be doing is... Oh, we can claim this island. Well, we'll send a unit to claim this island. Any claim is a good claim at this point. It's going to expand our empire potentially. That island actually connects up with our territory, so we can actually put that claim in. So we'll go claim that with one of our people. And then I'm looking for other free peoples, because free peoples are nice to war against. We may go and just rage? We might go and just wage war against some of these free peoples over here, just for the sake of getting military stars and using the military that we built up from this. We could also depopulate them, disband them back into our cities, but we want to have a standing army, at least some degree of something anyway, just in case we get attacked. So we'll probably build up our army and send like 2 of our armies over there just to go and get military stars. For now, though, I'd like to maybe, once this guy is healed, we're going to get him out over here. The cross point, yeah, the cross point's going to be right over here somewhere. So let's get him up. I guess we can just send him into the water. Doesn't really matter where. Send him this way. That guy can go do the claim. These guys can just fortify up until healed. And this guy can go probably to here and then wait. We'll cross him over. We'll try to circumnavigate with him over the top. Fight! Oh my gosh, they still went after this guy. Okay, so these aggressive free peoples are really spreading over here. So we once again have to retreat. But these aggressive free peoples are still here. So let's see, what do they have? It's all archers. Oh my gosh. If we upgraded all of these guys, 800 to get to our special unit. Oh my gosh, if we upgraded a few of these, we could just crush this army. I'm kind of hoping that that army will go and burn some, like, cause some trouble. I want them to go cause trouble, but the problem is it's keeping me from getting to that island right now. Maybe we'll cross over the top, like north of these armies. That's probably what the play is, right? Okay. All right, theology is researched. Science star earns. We're starting to truck through our stars. More grievances available. Madness is now spreading again, which is nice. Remember, we were having some trouble with our religion, if you recall. Icarus's religion, purple here, was spreading pretty rapidly, but it looks like we have recovered now, and our religion is doing okay. We probably need to plop down our next holy site. Where do we have holy sites? We actually have a holy site over here somewhere. Thought. Do we not? Is that ours or theirs? That must be theirs. I did not put a holy site on this side of the map. Interesting. We have one here. Pyramid of the Sun. Okay, so we need to put a holy site in one of these territories. And then we also probably need one in the New World. Over here would probably be good to hold off Plosif's religion as well. So we gotta start thinking about that. We're also close to our next tenant. We're actually doing well on spreading our religion. Alright. Those guys just retreated from their fight. We're gonna take them now north. We're gonna switch things up a little bit. We'll take them north. Alright. These guys, I gotta think about upgrading some of them. We're gonna upgrade the army guys first. This is what we're gonna spend gold on. I almost feel like we should take a look at our trade first. Let's take a look at our treaties, because we haven't done that.
All those of honest...
We're fully allied with a lot of...
Tell me what is on your mind.
I would love... We have things to trade for. We do. Let's try to grab a customs union.
We would all benefit from growing closer.
And then let's try to run...
Think?
A proposal as fair as a summer's day. We accept.
248 is much more acceptable. I'll take...
I think that
this
calls for
really
a
expensive.
celebration.
Okay. Let's hold on that. Let's go back to treaties.
Perhaps we have some common... We would all benefit from growing closer.
I don't mind when they refuse stuff like that.
Sorry,
it generates,
but
you know,
no
war
deal
support for me,
is
just in
better than
case
a
they ever
bad
do want to
deal.
declare war. I'll take the war support, just in case, you know.
I had hoped
Porcelain.
for better
What's that
from
get
you.
us? Oh, just
Now
straight
I
up
am
gold.
angry.
That's actually that's very valuable, and it's cheap. Perfect. My guy just say he was now
Your
angry.
empire is an enigma.
Okay, Plosif is a merchant, so not all of these things can be bought. However, let's run a quick check. Okay, Sage is valuable. 55, I'll take it. Silk is not as valuable. Let's hold on the silk. Salt is nice. We don't need that. And then I think the rest of these are all going to be... We're not going to buy anything that he's buying from someone else because we have to pay extra for it. So, silver gets us research. We're about to put in a bunch of research quarters. And the other thing is this, all of this gets us stability in the end, right? So, we're not, like, terribly mad about purchasing some of these. Oh, and then we didn't check Nox either at the beginning. Actually have almost no money. So go to something like Sage. Oh, we have enough money. Oh, that's nice. Sage equals very good. All right, so we'll keep checking that. So now we spent all of our gold on trade. That's gonna be valuable in the long run. I know we could upgrade these guys and go after that, and we'll probably do that at some point. We're making decent gold per turn. Not terrible. We're just gonna have these guys hold again. These guys are burning down. Actually, no, they successfully burnt down. So the sus is no more. Sus is no more. And these guys can now just... oh, they full healed on that, too. So I guess we'll just start... I think we need to fill out this army. I think we'll probably train... Like, train or buy another unit over here. Fill out this army. We'll do the same thing here. Fill out that army. Make sure they're all upgraded. Probably put one of our unique units in that army. And then... This guy's got more movement, so let's get him moving across. and then we'll send them off to fight those free peoples. Yes, we have now, we have the ability, let's remind me later, and we have the ability to move up now, but again, we don't quite have as many stars as we want. We've got our expansionist stars in, we want to get our builder stars in for sure. We may not get many of our aesthete stars, just because our aesthete ability did not count. It doesn't count to getting you these aesthete stars, and we're not actually earning very much influence per turn, so we may not get any of these, which is kind of sad because this one is worth more than all of the other ones because it's our focus. So that's kind of a pain. That's a problem with the Steep cultures, is you've got a really powerful ability, but you might not get all your stars because the Steep stars are notoriously very hard to earn. Same with gold stars, unless you're specifically trucking towards gold. But we'll try to grab some of these other stars to make up for that. Again, we're already in the lead and we're not playing on one of the hardest difficulties. I think we're sitting right in the middle, Metropolis or something like that. I can't remember. So we're not too concerned with it. We can also look at further attachments. Once Angkor Wat is done, let's take a look at where we're at with that. Another osmosis event. Claim a new wonder.
The site of Angkor Wat
is
is worthy of reverence, not
take a look at
merely
it.
for the temples,
Look
but
at
for the care
that.
it took with
Beautiful
water
placement
and
on Angkor
irrigation.
Wat. What a lovely wonder. Everything is so gorgeous in this game. Excellent exploitation of the land around it, and just looks gorgeous. I always look for, like, sometimes I might take a not the greatest looking spot just to get it good exploitation, but sometimes I'll take not the best exploitation spot just to make it look good. This particular one is best of both worlds. Overlooks Halong Bay. Can you imagine? People are going to vacation here. You're going to come to Angkor Wat. You're going to go visit Halong Bay. It's going to be beautiful. All right, let's take a look at this osmosis event. It's a science one. That's perfect. We're going to get 589 science. Hugely beneficial. We'll take it. And we're selling some resources. Oh, we're getting grievances forgiven now as well. So interesting. Nope. And then this guy is going to move at this. Actually, we should go grab this, I guess. They're not in the same era as I am, so I think that's why they're not collecting that. So we're just going to collect that on our way over. Oh, nice. 70 influence, 60 science. Perfect. And then let's see if anyone's claim. Oh, Nox is all over this now. That's not going to be available. And did Burley? Nope, they haven't. Oh, they are burning this down. So Icarus's troops are now burning down Burley's outpost on the New World. So Burley's claims, although here comes Burley's army. Burley has a backup army coming in, and it's a Hunnic Horde army. Oh, it's going to get spicy in the New World here. Things are going down between Burley and Icarus. We'll keep an eye on what's happening here. Burley is the Huns, and Burley is sent. Oh, he's got another army in the water. Oh, Burley is prepped and ready for war. He's sending his folks to the New World. Interesting. All right, that guy's just waiting. These guys are waiting to upgrade. We might start upgrading some of these. Maybe we should. Or actually, I have a better. Oh, wait, we can actually just build. Right, because we just finished. Yeah, we can actually just... Can we one turn a unit? 3 turns for this, but what's the buyout cost on that? Oh, it's incredibly expensive. Actually, would have been nice to have put in another, like... So actually upgrading our archers, upgrading our people is way cheaper than putting these in. Okay, so I think we're just going to build some of these, actually. Technically speaking, it's a 3-turn build, which kind of sucks, but... They're quite a bit better. So let's build a couple of those, which does mean we have the gold to spare to start upgrading our units. So we'll start running these upgrades every turn if we can, just to start getting that done. Okay, we really desperately these guys are headed. Where are we gonna send them to get across to there? Probably keep them in our territory just so we don't get anyone upset with us. Just come down here. These guys are gonna hold. This guy is busy looking for things. He will not die if he goes here, so we're fine there. And we need to start putting in our scriptoriums. We need to build scriptoriums quickly at this point. This is a great place for a scriptorium. It's adjacent to this, which will eventually get us more science. And it's not in great land, right? So we can put a couple more in here. It's not going to cost us good tiles. So it's a great place for it. So we'll go ahead and start getting our scriptoriums in. We also should put in, we should probably put in this cloud shrine. We might stop after one round of scriptoriums to put those in. This is a perfect place. Again, we're adjacent to a strategic resource. We want to do that. Perfect. And then we'll move on to the final city. It's not building anything. Scriptorium. I'm second guessing building this military because we got to get these scriptoriums in, if at all possible. Oh man, right in here. Oh, we need to put, you know what? We almost need to hamlet out here so that we can put, because this is just glorious territory for, yeah. What's this? Well, that's just a straight up a research. Interesting. So we built one there. Oh, man, we almost need to take the time. It's an 8-turn hamlet. Oh! What's the buyout on that? It's really expensive. Oh my gosh. I feel like we need a hamlet out here. What's our current build capability? We can actually build all the way out to here already. I feel like the hamlet needs to go like in here somewhere actually. It's gonna take too many turns to optimize this replacement. We might just put it in. I'd love to slap it down right over here, but I don't think we have the time to get the hamlet in before we're gonna need to move up. Unfortunate. All right, let's just get him in. Let's just get him in, and I think actually I'm gonna change my mind over here. Before we build this, I think we need to start putting these guys in. There are not particularly great spots in all of our territories for these, so we've got a research quarter right here already, and so I think this is not a bad spot for one. Let's go here. It's 3 food, but eventually it'll be fine. Because that's where we placed down a research quarter. Oh, we didn't actually place that down. I think Lulaban did, so we'll just build off of that, and we'll go ahead and make the switch. We're going to build the scriptoriums first, I think. And in fact, I think we're just going to actually cancel this out. I don't think we're going to be able to build it now. And then we do want to claim a wonder as kind of our final actions here for this episode, probably. Let's see. We've got a bunch to claim. Great Mosque, again, I'll reiterate, probably one of the best wonders in the game. Notre Dame is going to get us faith for research texts. And Forbidden City get us war support, which we don't need. So Mosque and Notre Dame would be great options for us. Now we could put food per faith, and Notre Dame is going to get us faith. So we could put Notre Dame in the Angkor Wat city, which is probably definitely the thing to do. That's an epic combination. I feel like we should just do that, and then we can also attempt to get Machu Picchu and then spread that around. Let's just go for that strat. It's such a crazy strat. All right, so we're going to claim Notre Dame. We're not going to build it yet. We need to, we need to 100% need to crank through our scriptoriums is our next thing. Like, we got to crank scriptoriums. I feel like I want to squeeze in another turn. I don't think we got almost any turns in, but I think the war took up some of our time and having discussions on some of the things we were doing. Next episode, I'm relatively certain we're going to start flying through this game. I know I said that last time. I probably said that every time, to be honest. But I really do feel like the game is about to pick up pace. We got our builds all kind of set, so all we need to do is really just start building our scriptoriums. We're going to crank scriptoriums. We're going to build that holy site and that wonder we're going to have to prioritize a little bit. But I don't think we have any wars on the horizon. We're going to send some troops over once they're upgraded and full over here. I don't think we have to worry about many of these getting claimed before that. So I think if we pick up any more military stars, we're just going to pick them up by fighting not in the cities. We try to pick out units over here. So we'll get a couple armies over here, pick out units, try to destroy just some one-off fights. We'll continue exploring a little bit with our boats. Need to upgrade our boats probably to do that. And then we can definitely... Oh, we have an Iron Man over here we can put in. That's fine. Oh, we have horses, actually. Well, once we put this claim in. Oh, you know what these guys need to do? These guys need to jump in over here. And put this... We need to put this claim back in. We need to do that. In fact, we'll just set that right now. That's a 26-14 spot, so that's definitely where we want it. We'll just place it right back where it was. We're just going to get them doing that, so they do it at the start of next turn. Perfect. That is where we will leave it. Again, I know we didn't get a ton of turns in. I still think I want to try to get a claim in over here, and then we'll put another city in, maybe hope that this gets taken out, so we've got our unit crossing over. So lots of important plans, I think, moving forward. And then we need to, we have the ability to move up. So what we need to do is crank on scriptoriums and then try to optimize our stars for the rest of this era. And then we'll probably be moving up here pretty quickly. We may even get to that at the end of the next episode. We'll have to see how quickly things progress. Obviously, we did not progress very quickly this week. but I got caught up in fighting and a war and all that stuff. So thank you for watching the episode. I hope that you enjoyed the content. It is a pleasure to be doing this Let's Play for you. Again, if you'd like to comment on any of the strats, tactics, things, I had the question about that Civic. Please feel free to comment on that Civic down in the comment section. If you like the content, please remember to hit that thumbs up button. I really want this series to be popular. I want to spread the good word about this game, about the 4X genre, about Humankind. We've got a big DLC coming out here in just a couple weeks for Humankind. I think the game is going to pick up in popularity. It keeps getting better and better. So the more you thumbs up this video, the more you subscribe and share this video with folks. Let's get the word out about how awesome Humankind is. So I really want to spread the word about how great this game is. Hopefully this Let's Play series is helping with that. Thank you so much for watching the episode. I will see you next week.